Hello, everybody, and welcome to another special midweek episode of the Ginge and Pedro Show. I am, of course, Ginge Gingerton. Alongside me is
And
my boy, my collaborator, my partner in crime, Pedro Ang, looking like I don't know what, a ghost,
yeah,
Panamanian
this
ghost over there.
is this is very regular. I We don't stream on Wednesdays, man. I'm
It
freaked
is
out.
strange. Yeah,
I'm
you
freaking
look
out.
scared. You look
Yeah,
scary as well. I don't know the white glow on your face.
yeah, it's the screen. Sorry.
I feel like there's some dead hookers and cocaine sort of scattered around the house there in the closet, maybe.
No dead hookers.
No, nothing scary. This is kind of a slightly spooky-ish episode. We do have
Yeah,
a witch story. So
yeah, that
okay.
we do.
So on that note, actually, it's a good segue. We have a returning guest, like I mentioned, Miss Rena from Magic Gal Media with her awesome project. Let's go ahead and bring her in. Boom.
Hi.
Hello.
Yo. Welcome
Hello.
back, Miss Rena.
Well, thanks for having me back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, our absolute pleasure.
Yeah. So you got funded today. How's it
Yep.
feel?
It feels very refreshing as well as very calming.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a very unique experience just watching those numbers move and watching them not move. Also, it's yeah. It's a so I'm really happy for you, Miss Rena. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Let's say hello to the chat real quick. We got friend of the
Yeah.
show, Kayla.
Hey, what's up,
Hello.
Caleb?
Yep, over there at Death Curse. I was just talking about them before the show. Actually, out of our top five shows, four of them is entirely the Death Curse team. So it
Yeah,
just goes to show how much support they got out there.
they're lovable people.
Bunch of good guys and gals. So, Miss Rena, um, like I mentioned backstage, we want to kind of take everybody up to speed on what it is that your project is, and then I kind of want to, once we get over the pitch portion, I kind of want to talk to you about just some of the insights that you've learned throughout your campaign process, like from sort of start till now. Like, if you could maybe just give us some pointers and just sort of marinate on that. Once we get to that, I'd like to hear your thoughts. But let's go ahead and start with the project here. We have Black Rhapsody number one.
There we
Let's
go.
see. We got Servant of God 777. Yo, here support.
Hey, servant. Thank
Very
you.
nice. Right
Servant.
on. Thank you for showing up, sir. Appreciate that. Kayla says it's Jeff and me, not so much Spencer. No, it's all
Oh.
right. The Sasquatch has got an edge to him. Kind of
Mhm.
gotta. It's like a bear. Gotta get used to him. No. Okay. So very cool. So Miss Rena, take it away. What do we got here? What is your project?
Black Rhapsody is a 35-page plus manga s horror cult thriller comic about musical magical girls in a uphill fight against a Lovecraftian pop star and her evil music empire. It takes the darkness of Madoka Magica and combines it with the ultraviolence of Berserk with a bit of Gem and the Holograms mixed in.
Very nice. Yes, absolutely, and definitely the art is top tier. I mean, this is you got a fantastic manga themed artist. Yeah, very nice. And this is new. I have not seen
Yeah.
this on Indiegogo before. This is
I think
interesting.
that's a new feature they put in.
Wow.
Hmm. Oh, the
Okay,
feature perk now is bigger. Nice.
well, that's cool. Alrighty,
Mhm.
interesting. Very nice. Alrighty, so okay, very cool. So that's Black Rhapsody, a musical themed horror book. What was some of the inspiration for that? Like in terms of the genesis, what made you put one and one together?
I'm a huge fan of the magical girl genre. I grew up on things like Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, Magical, Adoring Me, and numerous others. And I wanted to do my own take on the magical girl genre.
Hmm.
I
Very
was
cool.
heavily inspired by Madoka Magica, which
Hmm.
does the dark magical girl genre very well. So I wanted to do my own take.
Very nice. Yeah, I'll have to admit I'm not familiar with uh,
Madoka.
Madoka. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that style. I do love manga and grew up reading and watching, but and the older I've gotten, the more sort of out there I've gotten in with like my anime stylings. There's One, how heavy are the dumbbells that you lift? It's like I think it's just one season, 12 episodes. It's an exercise anime, or it's like it's done very well. Like there's like science behind each episode, and the bodybuilder, personal trainer, like goes from a little guy and then flexes, and like of course his clothes blow off his body, but nothing weird. It's just a fun anime. But okay, so let's see here. Kayla makes a fun point. Speaking of awesome anime, Yu-Gi-Oh! She says it gives me Dark Magician Yu-Gi-Oh! Vibes mixed with Sailor Moon for sure.
That's a new one.
Are you familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh? Did you play any?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No, I watched the anime. And that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like Yu-Gi-Oh was huge in my neck of the woods. I was too young to really understand Pokemon, but like when the first Yu-Gi-Oh series and season came out, I think I was probably 12 or so, and yeah, I don't know. That just became my game. But anyways, enough about me. Just yapping away over here. So could you kind of walk us through a little bit about just deeper who your character is, before she sort of gets her powers, like, or could you kind of talk on, what it is that she does exactly? Like, just give us a little bit background there.
The main character of the book is Alethea Mihalis. She's the girl in the black getup.
Mm-hmm.
I can best describe her personality as a rebellious teen with a heart of gold. If you know Kill la Kill, her personality is very similar to Ryoko Montoya.
Okay.
But sprinkled in a bit of Kaine from Near Replicant.
Okay. Nice.
I love that axe. The thing's a beaut.
Yeah, she's a guitar player. She wants to start a career, or hopefully get a record deal from going to this like music audition. It doesn't go her way, and now she has to fight for her life.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, yes. I'm remembering your villain now, the Beyonce type, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay. Kayla says, I love Kill la Kill. I haven't seen that, but
Oh, you'll enjoy it, Ginge.
I think that was that made by the guy that did I'm probably gonna butcher the pronunciation, but it's S. Cryed, which was like a obscure adult. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, these
I
dudes
don't
like
know,
the kick-ass moves.
the style, the animation style is similar, but I don't know if it's the same guy.
That
So I have
guy's
to look into that. But
yeah, I was reading about that. I think he actually is the same guy, but you might want to check that out, Miss Rena. It's like I think it only ran for like a season way back in the classic Adult Swim era.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
kind of
watch
missed
any of
my
that?
chance. I missed my chance to watch it because I was occupied with other things. I knew it was going. I knew it was premiering on Adult Swim, but I never got around to watching it. Unfortunately.
Feel you. It's a damn shame, but okay. So, could you kind of talk about the villain then, or just sort of? We'll start here
You
at the
scroll
top. Yeah.
past her.
Sorry. Okay. So
That's the
okay.
protagonist. This is right here. This is
the
the villain, Dulcie Bella. I based her on Beyonce. So
Very nice.
just
Definitely
because I
see it.
could. Yeah, but when you see her colored, she has very she looks like a sentient night sky. So
Really?
her skin is blue. It has like stars as freckles.
Interesting. That's pretty cool, actually. Do you have a colored picture on here that I've scrolled past like a maniac?
No, unfortunately, I have to kind of like touch up the colored version of her because she looks way too much like Mystique.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So I need to
Okay.
I just need to change the hair color and that's it.
Okay. Well,
yeah, she is the main antagonist of Black Rhapsody.
Mhm.
She wants to be on top of the music charts and wants to remain there as long as possible. She doesn't mind having other singers under her. They just can't surpass her in any way. Because the moment a singer surpasses her, well, they got to go. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
that is
So
it's a cutthroat
she-
business, as they say.
He's not at the competition, I see.
Yeah, she'll tolerate you for a time.
I see.
Say hello to the chat real quick. We got Eric the Guapo.
Who's
popping in.
Danger Vanessa?
Hey.
She's another. I don't know if she's a creator, but
No, she's very active on the on the community. And yeah, you kind of sound like her, but yeah, it's nothing bad. Then Danger Vanessa is still quite cool.
There we go. We got past Master Dan, the CG's moderator, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Dan. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, to answer Kayla's question,
Yes.
the colors and art are going to be done by my artist Jan Apple.
Very nice. Very nice. So Jan, how'd you meet Jan? Let's talk about that because she's incredible.
I met her through ArtStation. I emailed her through there
Hmm.
because at the time I was looking for a new artist after my previous one fell through.
Hmm. Boy, well, yeah, you definitely didn't go wrong. I think. I mean, she's really got a handle on black and white. Does she do? Is this isn't her first book? I'm assuming.
No, she's experienced in other stuff. She's mainly done web comics
It's like
or web serial.
webtoons.
Uh, I don't know webtoons, but I knew she did web comics.
Okay, very nice. Kayla says the colors are gorgeous.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's definitely got a candy kind of coating to it that really I think brings that sort of magic girl flavor. Let's see. Eric says Danger Vanessa is also known as Furious V. She is known for her furious rants and eating crayons. All right.
Okay.
Anybody trying to bust into that crayon eating market, you've got some stiff competition.
Yep.
Watch
She
out.
legit eats crayons.
I mean,
Hey,
by her own admission, so I don't know.
I stick them
Okay.
up my nose for fun, so you do what you do to get by.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this sort of like is this the first couple pages of the book, our main character discovering her powers? Like how does what can we
The
expect?
first couple of pages is gonna like establish the tone of the story. Like right now, you're seeing like one of the previous magical girls before Alethea, kind of running away from something. We learn what that something is eventually.
Okay. Okay, I think I see something here. I don't want to spoil anything. That might just be cloud work, but maybe I'm just looking too into clouds. But sort of looks like an angry face there. But maybe that's the thing about clouds.
Hmm.
Okay, so who do we have here?
These are gonna be the first arc per antagonist, the glamorous marionettes. They are based off of the music genre bubblegum pop.
Okay, interesting.
If you know anything about bubblegum pop, it tends to sound like very like manufactured,
Hmm.
like something that you get for like a off like a what's that word? The off of like machine off of like a rails
An
type thing.
assembly line.
Yes, that.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it's like very corporate, like a bunch of songwriters polishing it up until it's like, you know, acceptable, like to the highest pop standard, kind of like
And, like they
cookie
have
cutter.
several
Yeah,
producers. Yeah.
yeah, and they're based like each of the girls you're gonna see the story are based off a specific god. For them, they're based off the Uranids, also known as the Furies. So from left to right, you have Alcito, Megara, and Tisphane.
Okay, very nice. So I'm sorry if you mentioned, were these Greek mythology gods, or is this like
Yeah,
something you've created?
it's a different mix of other mythologies as well as pantheons. Like if you were to scroll up to the cover art,
Hmm.
you have Alethea on the left and Hecate on the right. Hecate is the Greek goddess of witchcraft, the moon, gross necromancy, and the crossroads.
Very
She is
nice.
based off the music genre ethereal wave, which is a goth music genre. So ethereal wave, a perfect example of ethereal wave music is the Cocteau Twins.
Hmm.
The Cocteau twins. I'm
I remember
familiar with
those.
the Aphex twins. Probably not the same thing. But okay, very interesting. I love that there's a musical genre inspiration for pretty much each. Do these characters have their own sort of uh, like genre for each? Like, would you hear like if this were an anime, would they have their own theme that would be distinct to them, or do they have their own theme together? What do you think?
They have their own theme that's distinct to them. So I got one magical girl in the works that's based off melodic death metal, and she's named after a Japanese ice dragon god. Another girl that's
Okay.
based off of an African nature goddess and is representative of the music genre Afro soul.
Mm.
Okay. Throwing some funk in there. Can't argue with that. Okay. Very nice. We got Buddy Lord says funded and going strong. Thanks for coming
Hey,
by,
buddy.
buddy. Eric says my left or your left. I'm thinking stage left. I still wouldn't know what that is here, but okay. Well, these are sufficiently pretty scary individuals, and definitely with the fingers. You're not trying to get anywhere near that. Did you have any? Was there any like any inspiration from the way that the characters are described? Did you pull any of that? Like, do these characters have fingers and long fingers and sharp teeth, like in the actual mythologies, or?
No, they're different in the actual mythologies. But for my story, I took inspiration from Venom, Melina from Mortal Kombat,
Nice.
and Lady Deathstrike for the
Oh,
fingers.
Right.
oh.
Okay, very nice. So, how did you communicate this to your artist or to Jan? Like, did Jan actually do these character designs, or was that your
No,
other
I
artist?
had these character designs done beforehand, so she doesn't have to like try to figure it out. So these character designs were already done.
Very nice. Okay, right on. So, how long had you been working with Jan before? I mean, or how about this? I should say, how long did your other artist? You were working with your other artist before they dropped out, and you met Jan.
It was like I think a couple of months with that previous artist.
So, did you end up transferring a lot over and just giving Jan like probably creative control of the pages? But was there like when you got a new artist, did that shift your creative writing any? Did that shift your vision any, or did it stay pretty
It
strong?
didn't shift. I don't think I think switching from the previous artist to Jen didn't shift. Jen was very experienced in in conveying like what is on the script to page,
Mhm. Very nice.
so I didn't have to constantly like explain this or show her references. She immediately knew.
I like it. Okay, we got Eric says that is a cool combination. It is. I
Yeah,
assume he's talking about the baddies down below. Kayla says it's nice to catch some streams, especially while she's sick.
I hope you get
Uh,
better.
Oh, yeah. Get better,
isn't
Kayla.
she? Let's see. Okay, so alrighty. So you said this is a 35-page book, and is there? You said plus as well. Is that going to be some stretch goals, like some extra pages, or?
Extra bonus content.
Oh, okay.
Okay, very nice. All right, so let's just see. Uh-oh. Okay, who's this? Yes.
That's oh god, that's Daphne Campbell. She is the talent coordinator for Nebula Tune Records, which is the music record label in the Book of Black Rhapsody. It's the
Okay.
evil record label, basically.
Mm.
Oh,
So
very
she's a bad
nice.
guy.
Oh man.
She
Oh,
works directly under Dulcie Bella.
my
Yes.
kind of bad guy.
Hello.
Oh,
Very
hello,
nice.
nurse.
Okay. Who did this? Was this Jane as well?
No, this is someone else by the name of Aflu. The name is under. It's hard for me to pronounce it. It's under the artwork.
Oh,
Alfin
Alfinzu.
Alfinzu. Let's go with that.
Alfinzu.
I like
Alfinzu.
it. Alfinzu. Okay.
That's fair.
So let's just okay. So we got the safer work. We got the lingerie. So what do we got here? How do we? Okay. So both of these are available, and then this will unlock. So this is a stretch goal then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. What was your decision? There's always creators have to sort of make a decision. What was the decision that pushed you into choosing to do a? Because I know on your Twitter it's very clearly stated in 18, 18 and up. What was the decision? What was the decisions behind that? It's a decision every creator kind of has to make at some point.
To make the book like mature.
Yeah, yeah. To offer not that I'm not at all saying anything negative about it. I'm just curious, like what was your thought process? Is that more typical to the genre? I'm not familiar with the genre.
Well, kind of yes, because most dark magical girl stories that I've seen tend to be like rather adult. Plus, I wanted to no holds bar. because I
Uh-huh.
knew I wanted to do a dark story that would
Mhm.
have blood and violence in it.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
300 pages of demon music, magical girls.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, and Daphne Campbell is my favorite character. Heyo, you might have a
Yeah,
sneak hit there with Miss Campbell.
yeah. Scroll down a bit because there is a page with her on it.
Okay,
Mm.
shit. Let's see.
Right. Yeah, right there.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
boy, very nice.
She's a big
Okay.
girl. She's tall.
Oh, that's interesting. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love Jan's art style, and also I really do love the character design here. Like,
Mm.
it's I've was rather fond of goth babes as a younger man, and certainly captured the whole aesthetic is very, let's just call it rad. Let's say, but
Yeah, I
you
pride
played.
myself on character designs. I spent months trying to perfect my characters' designs.
Could you talk a little bit about that? Like, sort of what goes into you designing a character? Where do you like to start?
Uh, the mythology, the what what deity I plan on basing the girl on, as well as the music genre, as well correlate to that specific deity. So in the case of Alethea slash Hecate, I knew I wanted a goth character, but I didn't know where to. Originally, I didn't know where to take the character. I knew I wanted to base her off Hecate, but what genre for Hecate? So I started doing research, and I stumbled upon post-punk scene, goth
Hmm.
music, because
Yeah.
originally I even know goth was like a music subculture. I'm over here thinking for years that it was like a fashion subculture,
Nope.
but it turns out we were wrong. It's music based. So I just because I'm subscribed to a goth YouTuber, and he kind of broke it down for me. His name is
Hmm.
K Decadence. Have you ever heard of him?
No, but
No.
I'll tip my hat for him hanging on to the culture. Respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of like goes through the different goth subgenres such as cold wave, ethereal wave, dark wave. What was the other one? Damn,
That-
I'm blinking. There's
Yeah.
another one.
I I do.
Yeah,
If
I
we're
don't know the
talking about
names, but I know the bands. So, but yeah,
So I
but like
found
Stitch and the
bands like
Banshees.
Cocteau Twins,
Mm-hmm.
which their music seems to be. It makes sense to give someone like Hecate, given her myths and legends, that type of music, given the fact that she's heavily associated with the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
And Ethereal Way has a very ghostly and atmospheric sound to it. The Changelings was another band.
Yeah, you got Bauhaus, Gypsy and
This
the Banshees.
Miranda Sex Garden, This
Mm-hmm.
Ascension. There's
Yeah.
numerous bands that I could find to get like a better grasp of that genre.
Hey, absolutely. Music for me is super important. I've been having to like force myself to listen to stuff without lyrics and without stuff that's like super energetic because I'll just end up like jamming out for every hour that I spent, like 30 minutes of it's just air jamming. So I've been putting on like just like smooth jazz that has like rain in the background or something just to kind of take you to somewhere atmospherically. But I do listen to like different types of wave stuff. Like just if something's got an interesting YouTube like page and it says something wave, I might give it a try. Like I don't know if you're familiar with Akira the God is I believe his DJ name, but he does like motivational. I forget the name of it, but it's like motivational wave, where he takes like different philosophy or audiobooks or just interesting useful stuff and puts it to music. Jordan Peterson lectures, for example, things like that. So I don't know if it's an interesting way to have your cake and eat it too, I think. But okay, cool. So let's go over the perks a little bit. What are we dealing with here? We'll hit the featured tier on the way back up. Let's start with this.
Um, the perks are a digital PDF for those who may be tight on money or live in other countries where international shipping hates you.
Yep.
So are you just shipping in the U.S.?
I plan to ship worldwide, only to like specific countries unfortunately.
Is there any
Oh, that
big
makes
ones
sense.
that are off limits this go around?
Not also, it's just that as of right now, like ramp on costs.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, very cool. Makes perfect sense. $10 digital, very nice.
Mhm.
Okay,
The
carrying
book
on.
itself,
Mhm. Okay, so we get a copy of the book for $15, so for $5 more. All right, very good. Certainly a reasonable uh, upcharge, for lack of a better word. Okay, so book with two prints plus the poster. Very nice. Tell me about this. What have we got?
yeah, you get the safer work, the lingerie, pinup prints of Daphne, as well as the poster of the Virgin cover art with the book.
Ooh, okay, very nice. That's what that is. Oh man, yeah, absolutely. Do you have any of these prints yet, or is it still probably too early? I guess the campaign just got funded. Yeah.
Like the physical prints, the physical proofs. You mean?
Well, no, I was just thinking. For me, I was super excited about getting prints, so I ordered my prints a little early. But that's just me because I'm a weirdo. But this is
I
for the book,
haven't
so. Mhm.
gotten that yet. I was waiting to get funded.
Oh yeah, no, I'm. You just, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So let's carry on here. Oh, okay, all right, very nice. Sold
The
out
drawn
already.
in
Nice.
tier is gone,
Hey,
so you get to be drawn as a
Cool.
background character
Very
sweet.
cool.
with you get two copies of the book.
All right. Boy, very cool. And you get drawn in. So what were is this something you'll be doing on your next campaign? Drawn in tier?
I'm considering it since it's so popular.
Mhm. What were there any? Was Jan pretty, like loose about the whole thing, or did she have like did she put specifics on it? Did you put specifics on it, or was it,
I
just
put
whatever?
specifics on it.
Mhm.
She's open to the idea,
Cool.
but that's
Okay.
likely because
Nice.
we haven't done the second half of the book yet. So when we get to the second half, I'll
Mhm.
contact the people who got the tier to get their pictures and have it added into the book.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Makes sense. So let's hit the featured perk here. We have the featured perk. I'm digging this. I think it's kind of messes the flow up a little bit, but not just this Indiegogo nonsense. Okay, so cool. The all-in-one plus the acrylic standee. Let's take a look at the standee. Okay, so okay, the mock-up. Tell us about this. How's this coming along?
Um, I have spoken to Jem. She's currently working on like a artwork for the acrylic standee. It's going to be inspired by the cover art. So one side is going to have like a full body image of Aldea with her guitar, and the other is going to have a full body image of Hecate with her staff.
Hey, very nice, sweet. Yes, acrylic standees was something that I wanted to do for my first campaign, but um, just didn't have the gumption really. But Chris Fisk, this beast right here, where am I at? This dude right here knows how to do acrylic standees. This thing rocks. Infinitales Chronicles, really solid quality. I like it a lot. So very nice acrylic standees. Okay, cool. And Dan says he backed. I'm not sure if that's in this campaign or not. Or, I'm sorry, not this campaign, but for this show or not. But thank you, Dan. Boob Dan. He's actually coming on the show in a couple weeks, I think.
Nice.
Will there be a
Eric
Daphne
asks.
Campbell standee asking for a friend? As of right now, no, because I wanted to focus on my protagonist. But I
You
might
know,
consider that in the future.
Daphne's going to be the sneaker hit
Yeah.
before you know it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, since we're down here with some of the other perks. A variant secret cover, ooh, done by a guest artist, will unlock at $6,500 and be paired with the non. Okay, very nice. So this will automatically be included with the all-in-one perk. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sweet.
And I
Okay.
already
Oh,
have an
man.
artist in mind for that.
Yes, I was going to ask, but it's a secret, so I didn't even bother. Maybe I should have
Yeah.
bothered.
No,
I'll
don't
ask next time.
keep your secrets. All right, keep your
All right,
secrets.
yeah, it's such a great name. Okay, so Althea. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Alethea. That's how I
Al-
pronounce it. I've heard pronounced.
Alethea. I'm gonna go with Alethea. So, okay, so you've already got this print done. I like this quite a bit. Very nice on the art style. Who's okay? Ruben. Where'd you meet Ruben? Where do you meet your artist at? Is it all ArtStation or?
Yes, because
Okay.
ArtStation has a good catalog of artists.
Hmm. Nice. No, no nonsense over here. I like it.
Yeah, very clear
Okay.
messaging.
Yep. Back to our TNA as they call it. Okay.
Yeah,
So there we go. Right on. Very nice. Sweet. What else can I say?
it's a very nice and concise campaign you have here. Very cool. The
Yeah,
perks
I
are
had.
Yeah.
Kayla has a point. I had
yeah.
intended to add other things to my stretch goals, but
hmm
realized I was being way in over my head due to the fact that I'm still relatively a new creator.
Mm. Yeah, exactly.
So I decided to go with something much simpler like prints and artworks.
hmm
Yep.
Everything that feels a Gemini. It's the name of the game.
Yes, and I'm a sucker for prints too. Like I
hmm
also like trading cards, but I love posters as well. Actually, I just come from a guy. I've always loved movie posters. Pretty much everybody does, I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, very nice. Okay, so I did want to ask you a little bit about sort of kind of what do you feel like are the main things you've picked up on, and whether it's been like a mistake that you've learned from or something that you planned ahead of time that sort of went out the way you expected it to. Just from a first creator standpoint, what do you think you've learned from the start of your journey here till now, being funded today?
To always ask people help, especially when it comes to pricing and like
Mhm.
budgeting certain stuff. That's my weakness. And originally, oh, thank you, Hojo.
Yo, Hojo, thanks for coming by, buddy.
So about Joe.
Uh, Back when I was saying, I originally had the tier prior to now. It was like a very high tier because I didn't know how to like uh not schedule it, not budget, but I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the
All
word
right.
at the
All right.
moment.
You're
No
good.
problem.
Yeah, so I was told by someone that if I had gone with that original tier, my campaign would never fund because
Mm.
I'm when I'm not an established creator yet.
Mhm.
So I have to learn to okay, so how can I make this manageable and simple for everyone? Because that
Mhm.
was the thing that was highly focused on. And as a first time creator, always ask for help because
Mhm.
it will save your life. Don't be afraid to ask for help, especially when
I
it comes to
completely agree.
budgeting money for a campaign.
Right. I was talking to a friend of the show, Jake Twister, this morning about the sort of business side of things that people don't really. There's not a whole lot of YouTube videos about the ins and outs of doing a campaign like the budget. I know there's a couple guys in CG that have started putting stuff out like that, but really
Mm-hmm.
not a whole hell of a lot. But let's hop in the chat real quick here. Kayla says she thinks it's important that many creators focus on the book first. The book is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Eric agrees. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've seen Eric. Yes, I knew it. I know I've seen Eric. Eric, I think of you from time to time when I think about perks. I've seen you say this a couple times.
Yep.
That not everybody likes the knickknacks and all the extras, and some people just want the book. So it's something just to everybody to consider as creators and backers.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who love the chat sheets, others who don't. Just
Yeah.
keep it balanced and just don't let your eagerness to add stuff get you in trouble. I think
Yeah,
that should be.
I
Yeah.
kind of fell into that trap because I
Mm-hmm.
originally wanted to do like a 10-inch statue of the guitar as well as
Ooh.
a music album based
Ooh,
on
yeah.
R&B music because the main villain
Mm-hmm.
is based on Beyonce, who is
Yeah.
one of the pioneers of R&B and hip hop.
Mhm. Fair
But I
enough.
had to
Yeah.
scrap that because I I didn't account for shipping costs
Mm.
as well as the logistics behind it.
Yeah. That would have
Plus, it
killed you.
was yeah, that would have.
So I do want to make a point real quick, though, or at least ask a question as well. As a first-time creator, I've heard you say that a couple times, and that is something that a lot of people, every first-time creator, I think, should take into account that they're relatively unknown most of the time. I guess. I mean, unless you're coming from somewhere, but then it depends on what you consider a creator at that point. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of reputation and sort of trust you have to build as a first-time creator in order just to get somebody to want to back your project, because there's some people that are more scrutinous about whether things are going to be delivered or not. And as a first time creator, you had a goal of $5,000, and you have a fun little number right here, 123 backers. Could you talk about how, as a first time creator, you did so well? The book funded in a week. Like, what do you think? What do you think the big what was your secret sauce there?
My secret sauce. Well, prior to launching, I had over 709 signups.
Hmm.
That was just due to
That's substantial.
promoting for my first campaign. That's like I was being told that was unheard of for our first time campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say so, and it seemed to certainly paid off, though.
That is
Yes.
awesome.
My I had to promote heavily on Twitter because that was the main thing. I promoted I promoted heavily on Twitter. I went to things like I used Twitter hashtags like Work in Progress Wednesday, which is ending soon.
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
go to promo threads of Work in Progress Wednesdays, and then go to self promo Saturday promo threads, and just kept posting and posting it on every other promo thread I could find up until there was no more promo threads to available. And I kept doing that for like the last like 6 7 months,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and there was a
So,
lot
how
of
long was the
people interested.
campaign in pre-launch? Sorry, just yeah. How
Sorry,
long was the campaign in pre-launch there?
it was in pre-launch for like a good while. Like I launched the pre-launch on November, and I launched in May. So that's like what, not almost 9 months, almost
Wow.
eight.
Dang. Oh,
Yeah.
you kind of had a baby here. Like, no, I guess
Yeah.
pun intended here. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Yeah. I mean, it definitely
Lots of
paid off.
lots of legwork, man. Congrats. Very
Absolutely.
cool.
You are a mean hustler.
Yeah,
I like
plus
it.
it helps that if you have really good art to showcase as well as pitching it
Yeah.
a certain way. I think you guys have seen my promo post and how I pitched Black Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen you all around town, as it were, on all kinds of Twitter threads. Like, post your comic here. Who's got a comic I can back this week? Like, threads like that. Okay, very nice. Yeah, you can't argue with 123 backers within the first
Yeah.
week. I mean, you certainly tapped into probably the hardest part, aside from, like just gripping a hold of the bowl and riding it all the way through. I mean, you kind of got over the hard part. So right on.
Yeah.
So
Very cool.
I may have asked this already, but how many pages of the book are left? You guys, I think you mentioned you're like halfway through, or
Um, it's been kind of slow given the fact that my artist had personal um
Issues.
yeah issues, as well as the fact that she has a day job. So it's been
Mm.
trying to get time to do that because we gotten a lot of pages haven't got a lot of pages done. But I hope that once I have the money, that I can like at least lessen her financial burden a bit and bring her spirits up, so we can like get the ball rolling.
Yeah. That's a spirit lifter, all right.
yeah, getting funded will certainly
Mm.
do that for you. Have you told her the good news?
No, I haven't. I'm about to do that.
Do you ever bring Jan on to any shows? Is she promoted with you, or does she
Uh,
keep her
it's
nose to the
just
grindstone?
she's keeping her nose to the ground. She has other things she has to do, as well as personal issues. So I don't always feel comfortable bothering her to come on the show.
Totally fair.
Gotcha.
Looks like we have a question for you here from Kayla. She says, "I'd like to know who this audience for. Who is the audience for this particular book?"
Uh, if you're a fan of things like dark fantasy, especially like mature stories, because this is for like a mature audience. This is not for like kids or teens. Because there's a lot of cursing, blood, and some nudity or like
Hmm.
some, not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot. Enough
Mm.
for it not to be a teen story. Gotcha. Yeah. Go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, it's for like a very mature audience.
Yes, you mentioned something. You mentioned because you mentioned something like when you post the artwork, like the cover in the Twitter thread, like your artwork, it's very catchy. The colors, like I mentioned, they have a certain crispness to them. It's very easy to want to know more about this just by looking at the cover. So I really imagine you were out there killing it. I mean, and you can tell based off of the results here. So yeah, very very smart campaign. um, as far as like the business sense goes, or is this just is this just like an amalgamation of your creativity, you think that did it just sort of not necessarily happen like this, but you know, or were you more business focused when creating the campaign, or am I making any sense here?
I was more focused on the creative aspect of it.
Mhm. Let's see, we've got Buddy who says anyone who likes blood, sex, and magic. All right,
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
argue
Yeah.
there.
They only miss the sugar.
Kayla says, so it's a fantasy type genre. Okay.
Yeah,
And Buddy says, I would call it urban fantasy.
yeah. That's basically what it is. It's urban fantasy.
Oh, cool.
Very
Yeah, I like
nice.
that handle. Urban fantasy. Yeah.
So by fantasy, I mean, yeah, I guess this would be a kind of a traditional, at least with monsters and things like that. Are we going to see more mythologically based creatures? Are we going to see like a drumming minotaur, something like that? I mean, that would be cool.
That's a secret. You're gonna have to wait until
Yeah. Ginge.
the story develops more.
My apologies. Very good. Okay. Very nice. Wow. Right on. Excuse me. Right on.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else that you've got going on in your sort of business life here? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have anything that you'd like to promote while you've got our ears here?
I don't have a YouTube channel. I only have Twitter. So I would like to promote my Twitter handle, Magic
Oh,
Out
do it.
Media. So if you have, or if you're interested in my campaign and story, you could just find me there. I'd love to discuss it with anybody interested.
Very cool.
Yes, and I've got those links in the YouTube video for anybody that's interested. You just click in the description there, and yeah, we'll take you to her Twitter and also the campaign page. Let me ask you real quick. Um, now that the campaign's funded, obviously you've still basically got 2 months left to go. Do you plan on keeping it in demand, or is this thing coming down pretty quick? Have you put any thought into that?
I plan on putting it in demand.
Going in demand. Very
Awesome.
Mhm.
nice. That's probably a smart idea, I think. Mhm. Right on. Cool. Okay. Well, alrighty, gang. If there's any more questions in the chat, I love actually having some questions. Kayla, that was great. Sort of, if you got any more questions. No. Okay. So, very good. Pedro, you got some questions, don't you? You've been quiet today. Let's make
Do I?
Pedro talk.
I've been quiet. Don't make me talk, Ginge.
No, no, no.
This is a
This is the
very
Ginge and Pedro show. It's been a whole
yeah.
lot of
No.
Ginge and not a lot of
It's a whole
Pedro.
lot of it's not that much, Pedro, and I apologize.
A little stick
But
in the
I've been
mud.
doing a lot of talking. No, Miss Rena, I want to congratulate you on an awesome campaign. You're already funded. I'm very, very stoked for you. And yeah, guys, Black Rhapsody. We covered everything. You covered everything, James. You've done a great job today.
Who did the editing of the book? Piper Steed, if you know her.
Oh, Piper is your editor. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Piper is a veteran.
Very nice.
She did Peregrine,
What
and she's been all over the community. So nice.
Hmm.
Were you happy with her performance? What kind of
Yes.
editing did y'all do? Was it copy editing, or was she in there on the creative side as well?
Yeah, she had more influence on the creative side. She helped me like with character voice and
Mhm.
Right on.
characterization. Because
Very
originally,
nice.
in my very first draft, my characters weren't. They all sounded the same.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So I had Piper kind of like tell me where to improve a bit of the dialogue, like spruce it up.
Well, she must have done a great job because the book's certainly funded, and I mean it looks great, and I have no doubt that it will read as well as it looks. Let's see. Let's say hello to the chat real quick. We got some friends of the show, Neo Star Production.
Hey, what's up, New Star?
It's got the best intros in the biz.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, is this a pleasant surprise? I think so. Buddy Lord says, I know she had Aldous help her out. Who's Aldous?
Aldous, I think he's a person in CG. Yeah, he's been on Lord Crackhead's channel a couple of times.
Oh, okay. He's a crackhead. Very cool. Good guys
Yeah.
over there, Lord Crackheads.
Crack.
Cracked in. Respect. Very nice. Okay. Awesome. Okay, well, everybody, if there's no more questions, Miss Rena, and if there's nothing else you'd like to add, let's see. Oh, hold on. We got another question. I'm just going to bend your ear for as long as you'll let us here.
Yeah.
As long as the questions are rolling in.
Yeah,
Kayla says,
exactly.
did any of the concepts of the characters change? So, yeah.
During the editing, you mean?
Yeah, during the editing process.
The Unicost's character change. Yes.
How so?
I'm trying to think which character. Yeah, with okay, I can't say that because he hasn't shown up yet. I say
Yeah,
with
don't spoil
Althea it
anything.
changed
Uh-huh.
because originally she was supposed to be this pretty unlikable character to border on a villain at times. So, but I changed it during the editing process because I wanted her to at least be endearing to the audience, flawed but endearing in some way.
Right. Makes sense. You can always overlook somebody's flaws if you like them. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah,
might be
they have
hard.
like at least one redeeming aspect of their personality. Yeah.
Right. Very nice.
Sorry.
Is there anybody else from the team that we didn't mention? Who's doing your lettering?
Jan.
Oh, sweet. Very nice. Okay. Jan's the full package. Right on.
Yep.
Very cool. Kayla says, so you added some depth to her. Awesome. Yes. I agree with that, actually. Like, it's like not necessarily any character that comes off the top of my head, but I do feel like a lot of movies today, when they try to make like a badass female character, they tend to come off as rude, which can be fine if they have some redeeming qualities, but they tend to not, at least in my opinion, like have many redeeming qualities. It's like, why am I don't like you.
Perfect example is I am not Starfire.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a
Lately,
mess.
every character in every movie I've seen lately reminds me of Channing Tatum. So yeah,
God.
I'm not pleased.
Let's see. We've got Eric the Guapo. This might be a stupid question, but because this is manga inspired and manga sized, will it be right to left like manga as well? That's actually a great question.
No, it's not. It's going to be in traditional Western style because we are not Japan. That's how they read over there.
Right. So that's a very sound answer to
Interesting
that question. Thank you so much.
Did you? You know, it's probably just a. What was the decision on that? Was that the sole reason, or is it almost a personal preference? Would you prefer that mangas here read left to right, or?
Yes,
curious.
that's a personal preference, as well as I heard some comic creators kind of try to replicate a similar style to what Japan does, and they messed up their book. So I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get a good quality product to my backers.
Awesome.
No, absolutely, yeah, great. Because I know there are a couple other guys. There's a little twinkle in my eye one day that would like to put out a manga as well, but. So I was just made it an interesting.
Oh, you want to make a manga?
Yeah.
I've got
in English, there's these things called English language mangas or OELs, which is basically American Western mangas. They're always, I believe they're always in the Western format, despite being manga sized.
Comic books are Western format, but okay, despite being manga sized. Okay, interesting. Let's see, we got Dan shitting in the bed. Sort of distracted me there a little bit.
Yeah,
sorry, wrong word.
That's just a mess. Not even the court case, just shitting in the bed. Come on.
Oh, dude, we're not talking about that, are we?
No.
We're not.
No, 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 no.
Please say we're
Okay.
not.
Kayla says that would be awesome. Okay, very cool.
Oh, what was Eric the Goppel's question?
He says, "Oh, if the color stretch goal is hit, will there be an option to still get the book back to get the book in black and white?"
Yes. The black and white option will still be the main option, but I might make the colored version an add-on
Okay.
and its own perk if people want to get the perk with the stuff instead, or just a color version of the book instead of the black and white.
I have a question now. Are you using a distribution center or are you doing the distribution yourself?
I'm using a distribution center, Critical Blast.
Awesome,
Ew.
RJ.
He's the one who got me the internet the shipping prices,
Cool.
which I feel is so bad for international shippers. That's the
Yeah.
biggest reason I created the digital PDF.
Yeah, shout out to RJ. He's a jewel, man.
Yeah.
He's an asset to the community. So
He's the shipping kingpin,
yes, sir.
running his little empire.
Mhm.
I like it. Does great work. Okay, we got another question rolling in here. Dan also says, "Congrats on finding." Might be funding.
What was Kayla's
Funding.
question?
Kayla says, "Were there any struggles writing female characters? Like, for example, making a strong female character that is not just in your face, like, let's say, a Captain Marvel?"
No, I had struggles writing characters of all types of genders. It wasn't just the female characters, also the male characters.
Mm.
Because I did unintentionally make some one of my male characters come across as kind of creepy, unintentionally.
Yeah.
But it was
Okay.
more like, okay, I need to understand how to write a good character. Let me look at this media that has good writing in it. A perfect example of the media I looked at was Arcane, if you ever heard of it.
Mhm.
That's a good show that knows how to write good female characters, as well as
Is that
male
on-
characters.
Is that the? It's a video game show.
Yeah, it's based on League of Legends.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
yeah.
So I
know
had
a
to
lot about
consume
that.
media that had good writing in it, because some of the media I consumed didn't always have the best of writing.
Yeah.
So I was probably unintentionally projecting that into my script without realizing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's very true. Like, there's things we love that had horrible scripts. Like, I tried to read the script for Gundam, and I almost chopped my head off. It was bad. But I love Gundam. But the script is like so slow, and the Sion motivations
I
were just
know
not
nothing
there.
about Gundam.
Yeah, it's all right. But I mean, it goes to your point. Like sometimes we love things, but when we go to the bones of it, like, wow, this is bad. Like, we just fall in love with one aspect of it, and then like we forgive a lot. So
Yeah. It was like that for me for like Life is Strange, because I did slightly base Alethea off of Chloe Price from Life is Strange. But
mhm.
as I grew older, I realized Chloe's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Let me write Chloe, but she gets all the shit that she deserves. She gets her comeuppance. That's
Mhm, mhm.
basically Alethea. Like, there are serious consequences for what Alethea does in the book.
Right on. Very nice.
Very
That's
cool.
always great to hear. It sounds like she's in danger almost based off of that one little line right there. You got
Yeah.
me. Got my interest peaked.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, characters shouldn't be like, like, should be vulnerable. Like, you don't want like an overpowered character that's just there and nothing will happen because he's the shit. Like, that's not really a good story. You know.
Yeah. Trust me, I put Alethea through the ringer in this.
Nice.
Very nice. Kayla hops back in here with, "I ask because lately I'm finding a lot of female characters in particular just boring or unlikable with not enough depth." Yes, I agree most of the time, and it is refreshing. It's refreshing when you find characters that are just written as people and not as mouthpieces.
As
Really,
paragons, yeah, paragons
Yeah.
of an agenda or whatever.
buddy. This one's for you, Pedro. Here, Dune has great female characters. Anything Terry Pratchett? Anything I write, of course, buddy.
Hmm.
Master author.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, Dune, like, to me, like, my favorite character in Dune is Princess Irulan, even though she's not that present. But what happens in the first three books and her story arc is really cool. Like, I don't know.
Pedro's
Don't
a
get me
big.
started
I
with
never
Dune.
read Dune.
Don't
I
get me
could
started.
I I never watched the movies either because I'm just not a science fiction person.
Hmm. No, the thing with Dune is that you get if you want the experience, you need to read the books, and those books are not for everyone because they're very heavy, And if it doesn't catch your eye like right away, it becomes a chore. So yeah, I understand why people say like I start talking about Dune, they say nerd. I totally get it.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Hopping back in the chat here. Hayao Miyazaki was a master at making strong feminine characters.
Oh
Oh,
God,
dude.
he is. My
Mickey,
favorite
dude.
movie of all time is Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Mm.
My favorite Miyazaki movie, I always said, is Pompoko, but followed closely by Kiki Delivery Service.
Oh my God, I love that movie too. Oh
I
my
just,
God.
yeah, I just love the story arc, like her development as. I felt like a girl too when I saw that movie.
Pedro just put on a wig and just was
Yeah,
wearing it around the house watching the
yeah,
movie.
dude. And flying on a broom.
Okay. Well,
Nausicaa
I
is a
would
good
pay to
one.
see that actually.
Yeah.
I also wanted to go to a comment that I think someone made. Like Buddy Lore had made a comment, not the one to Pastor Master, but another one. Yeah, Alethea doesn't try to act like a dude in this. Like she's a foul mouthed tough girl, like
Hmm.
Ryoko Montoya, but she doesn't try to act like a male. Like he very clearly has like female vulnerabilities.
Nice.
Very nice. Yes.
There's like points in the story where she gets her ass kicked by men,
Hmm.
and she doesn't.
Right.
She can barely get up.
Yes, that's where everybody seems to sort of lose the plot with like most of female characters. It's like they are basically just being written to replace men, just
Yeah.
almost out of spite, really. It's like you're
Yeah, I
not
hate
concerned with
that.
building a good character. You're just concerned with rubbing people's nose and things. It's
Yeah. Exactly.
kind of shitty.
Like.
If I had to describe Black Rhapsody, it's a humbling story
Hmm.
I
as well
like
as a
it.
survival story.
I like it a lot. Okay, Neostar says, "I know what you mean. There are series I've enjoyed that didn't exactly age well. Absolutely." Yeah. See, Kayla says she is sold on this book. Oh yeah,
Very cool.
even just the
Thank you,
concept
Kayla.
alone. Yeah, the concept alone is interesting enough, and then you pair it with the art. That's like the one-two punch to get people's interest on Indiegogo. I think is like to have a great cover and then have a really interesting tagline, and you'll get some clicks. Rukio Matoi. I am not sure who that
Ryoko
is.
Montoya.
Ryoko. I apologize.
Replace the
Rukio.
U with an O.
I did. Ryuko.
Ryoko. Ryoko.
Ryoko.
Now, what is she from? I
Kill la Kill.
certainly
She's the
don't.
main character of
Okay.
Kill la Kill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out.
You'll enjoy Kill la Kill.
Kayla
The
says she will
costumes.
back
Yeah.
when she gets paid for sure. Kayla, I
Yeah.
don't know if she'll be doing her show anytime soon. She's actually not feeling well, so I shouldn't volunteer her live
Yeah.
on camera to do a show. But Kayla runs a show from time to time. I don't know if she's doing it, but anyway. So Buddy Lord says it's like buying a tofu hot dog. Just buy the real damn one.
Hmm.
Ugh. Oh, okay. Here's a great question. What kind of guitar is Alethea playing?
I'm not. I'm assuming that's a bass guitar. I'm sorry. I took two
I
different
know
guitars
that. I know
together,
that.
and
It's a BC Rich.
oh, okay. So
Okay.
you know, because I
Yeah.
didn't know. The only thing I
Mhm.
did was just take two guitars and mash them together.
Mm-hmm. It's a BC Rich Warlock. That's how you call that guitar. BC Rich was very huge in the 80s. They kind of disappeared in the 90s, and those guitars are really hard to come by. But yeah, used by bands like Slayer and Exodus, and basically really big and thrash and death metal.
I got a black eye at a Slayer concert. I'm always proud of that fact.
Yeah.
Just in the mosh pit, having fun. But Eric makes a fun point here. You know, what would make a cool add-on? A keychain of Alethea's guitar.
Oh yeah, that would be really cool. Mm-hmm.
That would
Yeah,
that's a good
certainly
idea.
be more cost effective than making a statue.
Yeah, and that fits a Gemini. So
There you
great
go.
idea.
Absolutely. 6-string bass. So is she a bass player then?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm not good at differentiating different types of guitars. I'm sorry if I sound
I
very
mean,
ignorant.
oh, don't worry. There are 6 string basses,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
no problem there.
Okay, so let's see. Kayla says no shows until our book is printed and we start fulfillment. I can't wait till they hurry up and come in. LOL. So I can get back to it. I miss interviewing and feel like I've missed so many cool campaigns. All right, so there you go.
That you're doing the responsible thing, Kayla. No shame in that.
Respect. So Neostar says, seriously, when did the modern mainstream heroine devolve into stereotypical beach bully? It's like, hey nerds, eating ice
Hey,
cream,
nerds.
smacks out your
Yeah,
hand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Althea doesn't act like that. I mean, she can be like rough and gruff, but that's like reactionary. She's not an asshole literally all the time like Chloe Price is.
Mm,
She only becomes like that unless you do something to her to provoke her into that.
yeah.
Kayla says, that would be a cool campaign add-on as well as buttons. Buttons aren't a bad deal. I did a patch.
Buttons, patches.
It's
Yeah.
around here somewhere. Patches were reasonably priced if you find them at the right source for sure. Let's see. Bass guitars are the best. You hear that, Pedro? Pedro
I'll
plays
beg,
electric
I'll
guitar.
beg, I'll beg to differ, but yeah, to each his own.
I played drums growing up, and for me, I always got along with guitarists. And it probably because my sort of main practice partner was a bassist. But most of the time, I seem to vibe really well with bassists, and also I love like finger popping and like the Seinfeld. Okay, I'm just rambling. So let's see here.
Yeah.
Did you make her left-handed intentionally, or did that just happen? That's a good
I think
question.
that just happened.
Hmm.
But I'm
well-
not complaining.
But
That's
be
actually
consistent.
unique.
Yeah, but be consistent with that, because if for the sake of paneling, you turn her to right-handed, musicians will get pissed because very few people can do that. Like go from right hand to left hand, like be ambidextrous on guitar.
I
That's not
heard that
very
there was
common.
like someone from Queen could do that, or some
Yeah.
old '80s band.
Yeah, he could do it, but he sucked at southpaw. Like he was really good on one, but he wasn't like the same on the other one. So as I said, like it's not really. Maybe the guy from Nitro used to do it, and he had like a four arm guitar, and he would play like both. But yeah,
Right on.
it was very
crazy.
flashy guy from the 80s.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
We got Neostar here saying, I actually want to draw some Althea pics. There you
Oh,
go.
go ahead then. Just make sure
Yeah.
to tag me at Magic Gal Media. Matter of fact, I'm gonna write it in the chat because I would love to promote some like artwork of my characters by other people.
Absolutely.
If you want, with your permission, I can also add it to like a bonus content with like fan art.
There you go. Maybe hold a fan art contest.
I already did that.
Yeah, she
Oh,
did
did
that.
you?
Yeah, I remember
Oh.
that. Yeah.
Very nice. How'd it go? Did you get some really awesome pieces?
Yeah, one of the pieces by Alan Alonso, the dude How Comics. His piece is the one I use as the secret print incentive for mail only mailing list signups. So if you was on the mailing list, you get a chance to back a tier with his print and a trading card.
Really? Very nice. Okay.
Now, buddy,
Oh,
show some
buddy.
love to the Budster.
Buddy, do you have a campaign out or something coming up here soon, buddy? I call people buddy a lot on accident, but hey, buddy, no. But if you have something, we'd love to have you on the show, man. You're welcome to come on. Let's see. The bass makes metal sound awesome. Yeah, I agree. I love really distinct, powerful basses. I've been listening to Incubus a lot here lately, and live, their bassist, their early stuff is super tight and creative, and they kind of got more mainstream rock as they went on. But their bassist early on, like you can catch some live footage of him just going to town. Super awesome.
Dude, I am an old chap.
Oh, come on, Pedro.
Yeah, Incubus.
Yeah, man, come on. You like Incubus, Rena? You familiar?
Incubus? No, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with a lot of 80s of the mainstream ones that get mentioned, like Queen, Kiss, and numerous others.
Yeah, they were like 90s. I mean, they're still around, but they were like a 90s.
Early 2000s, more than
Yeah,
90s.
that's because they were constantly being referenced in like popular media I would watch, like shows
Yeah.
and cartoons.
Oh, Kayla says I'm supposed to see the Deftones Friday.
Hmm.
I don't know who they are. I'm
And the
sorry.
Deftones, 90s, like 94. They came like alongside Corn and those like new metal. The birth of new metal was like Corn, Deftones, Limp Bizkit. Ugh. Uh,
Dude, the trailer trash in me absolutely loves Limp Bizkit. You
Limp
throw that on,
Bizkit.
and I start throwing things around the house. I'm smashing plates in my face. Like,
Mm, yeah.
okay, well, alrighty. Well, we've had a really lively episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, chat's been great. Miss Rena,
Yeah.
you've been great. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. This has been fun
Oh, it was a
too.
pleasure. Yeah.
And honestly, it's an honor to have you on right after the campaign gets funded. So that was
Yeah.
very a fun little turn of events. So congratulations again.
And nothing but success from here on out.
Thank you.
Okay, so Miss Rena, I'm going to bump you to the back real quick, and if you'd like, we'll meet up with you in just a moment here. We'll say our goodbyes to the chat, and then we'll dip out. So I'm just gonna. Boop. There we are. Okay. Yep, Kayla's got the right idea. She says hit the like button. I agree.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
please hit the subscribe button. We've picked up a couple subscribers today. We actually have a pretty big guest this Sunday, Pedro, if you want to.
Oh, yes. This Sunday, we'll have Disney director George Scribner, director of the Black Cauldron. No, he worked in the Black Cauldron. He directed Aldi and Company. Uh, he worked on The Lion King as director of the second unit. He worked in Heavy Metal, the movie. And he's one of my teachers and mentors. And he's going to join us on Sunday for to promote his new art book. Like he did 35 paintings at the Panama Canal during the construction of the new locks. So we're gonna be talking about that and yeah, and his career and whatnot. So please be there.
Absolutely.
Like I'm stoked that he's gonna be here. Like I reached out, I didn't know if he was gonna say yes, but he did, and we're happy.
Eric, this is an interesting turn of events. Breaking news: if you hit the like button, it makes a confetti emote. So
Yep.
that's fun. Okay. So yes, it's going to be an awesome episode this Sunday. We're going to talk with a real life director, which to me is a very interesting turn of events to sort of make it to the the top of a movie. I suppose creatively is quite a feat. So that'll be exciting. And yeah, guys, that'll be 10 a.m. This Sunday. So without further ado, I want to thank the chat again. Thank Miss Rena. Back Black Rhapsody #1, Part 1
Yeah.
on Indiegogo, everybody. And we will
Yeah.
catch y'all next Sunday.
Next Sunday.